What is going on, sports card fans? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day, and today we are here with a video on building a connection with your collection and why that is important. Personally, I think that having a good connection with all of the items that you own is the best way about going at getting better in the hobby and wanting to constantly build and progress yourself, because if you're having fun, if you're enjoying what you're building, then you will just continue to keep working at that. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, if you're building towards what other people want for some reason, then you'll get burnt out and not see the fun in it, and that is obviously problematic, because in reality this is a great place to be. It's a ton of fun if you're into this type of stuff, of course. I think the best type of person in the hobby is someone that just has their blinders on, is focused on what they want, and they just continue to pursue that at whatever means possible. Dips, market highs, this, that, or the other, they're still just continuing on their grind, chugging one step at a time. There's just something brilliant about that. I think it's beautiful. And a lot of people don't do that because they end up getting caught up in whatever Instagram or influencers or this, that, or the other, whatever the people are doing. They want to be a part of the people. So whenever, Pokemon's blowing up because of Logan Paul, they're buying in on base set stuff that just 3-4x, that's really high in pop, a lot like the Prism stuff that you'll see. A lot of similarities there where there's just so much pop that you can't sustain these swings that the market wants to have. So you end up getting burnt. People that try to chase what other people are doing just end up paying a premium for cards that they don't truly enjoy, and so you're paying more for something that someone else likes, which makes no sense. But sometimes people try to justify it as, I can then go on and flip it, or this is what the market likes, so then I can be a part of the market. But you want to do you want to enjoy what you like, and you got to know that markets and people, they change over time. You give people 20, 30, 40 years to think about something. Are they still going to want to sit there and look at all their Prism base laid out? I love making fun of Prism base because it's such a plentiful set that honestly doesn't do much for me. And so whenever people are paying insane premiums for it, why? Like, think to yourself, whenever you buy a card, if this card goes down 50, 75%, am I going to want to keep it? Do I like the card? Am I just going to want to sit on it forever because it brings me that enjoyment? And even if I lose some money, that's okay. It's a hard battle. Everyone wants their stuff to go up. But at the end of the day, it's all about the enjoyment that it brings you, and the money will just be secondary at the end of the day. The way I think of it is, if you're looking at someone that maybe was flipping Prism basketball, for example, they would have probably just sent in like 100 slabs of whatever they felt was gradable at the time of Prism basketball. Now those slabs are going to come back, and they might not even be worth selling. They're not going to know how they feel. At the end of the day, if they have those cards in 10, 20 years, can they look at them and feel good about them? I don't think so at all. So whenever those drop a lot, I understand why, because I don't think there's much value in those. But even something like Pokemon, where it blew up, I still think that if you bought in at the peak on that, you truly bought in because you probably enjoyed it and liked the game. I don't think there are tons of people buying in on Pokemon that just don't know anything about it. Maybe that's the case, but I think that people truly enjoy it, truly like it. And so for those people, if they lose 50, 70%, I think they're actually just going to want to sit on it and keep it, because they can look at it for 10, 20 years, and they know at the end of the day, it'll still be worth more than it is now. And so those are the differentiators that if you truly bought into something you liked and enjoyed, maybe you bought the peak on Pokemon, but it's built on a community that loves Pokemon, and you're a part of that. And so at the end of the day, in 10, 20 years, I think you'll be fine. But whenever you're buying in on Prism base that, just like flippers and the modern people really like, that has no intrinsic value long term unless some guy becomes an absolute star. And that's where you can really fall into a trap of the hobby. If you want to constantly be like a flipper that's trying to get in on the next thing, it's fun while it's working, but sometimes it can take a nasty swing the other way, and that's what we're seeing right now. And that really plays into my second point, which is when the market dips, when everything starts to trend back a little bit, what are the people around you thinking? Are they thinking, holy hell, this market's going to zero? Why do I even have these cards? What are they worth? What's the point? I think that's where basketball's at right now, and I think a lot of people want out. While with Pokemon, I think that anyone that would be buying in is going to be like, yes, these are intrinsically valuable. I enjoy them. They're fun. They remind me of my childhood. There's a lot of reasons that you could have those and feel confident even if you did take a loss. You still know that they have value to people. At the end of the day, it's all about what people like and enjoy, or willing to buy and actually have. So whenever a market dips, you have to know, do people actually want this? Yes or no? And if you're buying things that you truly enjoy, you'll always have items that someone values, because that someone is you. at least you're not buying items that no one values, which people are doing. There are people out there buying items that no one's going to value because they think they can profit, or they think they can do this, that they can flip into that. And as long as you're buying things that are valuable to you, there will always be value there. Now, will people pay for that? I don't know, but you at least know that there are things that are worth something to someone. I think another reason to develop a good connection with your collection is because then you don't have to worry about the market. You know, whenever these ups, these downs happen, sure, if you're like me personally, I think of myself as a collector and an investor in the sense that I invest, or I'll have certain cards that I then basically trade into other cards that I think have more value. You know, I'm playing a value game, but I'm also playing a game of what has value to me. So it's not really anything that's evilly based on monetary value, but it's just me trying to get a better collection. I think most everyone is going to do that at some extent, but really it allows you to be disconnected from the market. You are just going to buy in on stuff and trade stuff and do as you see fit, but you're just going to buy and have stuff all the time. You'll constantly be pulling because in theory you want this stuff. If that's the case, then what's it matter if it goes down? You want more. That's a perfect thing. I don't, you know, whenever the soccer market's gone down lately, people talk about, you know, is it bad? What do I do? I'm like, well, I'll just buy more Messis. Like, that's great. Okay. I thought I was going to miss out on a lot more than maybe I can end up getting if these things stay this cheap. So everyone wants to freak out because the value of their collection isn't going to the moon, but at the end of the day, it's a much longer process than that. And if you truly want to have stuff that's going to be valuable, you'd want to have the best, baddest collection around. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is with highs and lows and just the volatility that's there, because then you can build. That's amazing opportunity that is there. That as long as you're going to be in the market long term, you can take advantage of it nonstop because you're never going to question what is happening. So really that's it. I think that those are a lot of the key reasons as far as why you would want to develop a connection. There are obviously a lot more, but at the end of the day, if you end up going through a time where you lose 40, 50, 60% on your cards, you're going to want to have cards that you like and you enjoy, because at the end of the day, then you can sit, you can diamond hands it and go back to where you were at some point, rather than selling out at a 50% loss on cards you didn't like and never even had fun with, and you just lose all your money for no reason. That's the problem. At the end of the day, a lot of the people that are going to get got are the people that just look at the hobby as purely a monetary gain. If you look at it as that, you know, you're going to fall into some traps, and naturally, that's just how it's set up. You can't constantly win. I mean, it is what it is. But with that said, hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Any videos you want to see from me, anything you want to let me know about how you develop a connection with your collection, would love to hear it down below. And on top of that, if you want to see more videos like this as soon as I go live, make sure to subscribe. And with that said, hopefully you have a wonderful day, and peace.